MMA Inside the Cage, brought to you by Advanced Sports Labs. Expedite your blood work today at advancedsportslabs.com.
Welcome to MMA Inside the Cage, bringing the world of mixed martial arts straight to you. I'm your host, Cyrus Fees. Next to me, he's officially off the market, ladies. No more. The newly engaged Casey Oxendine. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Have you picked a date for the wedding yet?
Oh, yeah. Of course, it's going to be Jennifer. I mean, it is after all my wedding. So, yep, she's the one.
Go T McBeardsley. That's the new nickname now. Always got a good play on words, by the way.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Tonight, we're going to check out a brand new international promotion. Working with us, Finland's own The Cage. Next round, we have an exclusive interview with a lifetime martial artist, a BJJ practitioner, who just happens to be one of the top professional wrestlers in the world, Davey Richards. But first, let's see what's going on in this crazy sport of ours with the MMA news flurry. Our first story out of Bellator, as they have made another big free agent signing. Just last month, they brought in Brett Rogers. Then they go and get King Mo Lawal. Their most recent signing, Semtex Paul Daly. How do you like the Daly signing, Casey? You know, they're bringing in a lot of big-time free agents to Bellator.
Absolutely. You know, Bellator, of course, the number two in America, for sure. And, yeah, with King Mo and with Brett Rogers and with Paul Daly, you know, they were talking about King Mo doing the old crossover into the TNA deal.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, I wonder if they're going to put, you know, Brett Rogers and Paul Daly into both of those, try to make that big crossover.
You're looking at a stable, right?
A stable, maybe, yeah. Bring it in there and make that crossover and really develop those characters, because all those guys are definitely characters.
You would have all the attitude. I'm looking at a stable here from a pro wrestling point of view, and you have the big guy with Brett Rogers, then you got the two guys with the attitude with Paul Daly. Man, it could be a lot of fun. They'd have to be heels. Across the pond, one of Sweden's top promotions, Superior Challenge, is back in the news. They've recently partnered up with The Cage, Finland's biggest promotion. Now, their big return to action, Superior Challenge 8, is set for October 6th in Malmo. Now, the main event is set. It's the big man Ilir Latifi versus journeyman Jeff the Snowman Munson. Now, you've seen Latifi's highlights. He is a stud. Now, and you know what Munson's going to bring to it. What about this card, Casey?
Well, I mean, I think it's going to be great. Of course, you know, with Jeff Munson, I wouldn't necessarily call that guy a journeyman. I mean, this was a former, you know, world title contender, you know, at one time, and you know, he always brings it. Gave Fedor one heck of a fight in his last outing, so you know, I think the fight's going to be good, and I think the card's going to be
I think it'll be great. Yeah. Well, we'll see The Cage in the main event tonight. An awesome title fight, and finally, your breaking story of the week, as the UFC Fan Expo is only a few weeks away. The UFC has announced a new member to the revered Hall of Fame. The Huntington Beach bad boy Tito Ortiz is going into the Hall on the same weekend that he fights Forrest Griffin. How about that announcement? I feel like Tito Ortiz is just a no-brainer.
It is a no-brainer, man. That is the first mainstream superstar of mixed martial arts, Tito Ortiz, man. I'm excited to see it, and I guess we'll be there to witness it.
Well, I think you're right. Now, ESPN's Josh Gross feels like maybe Dana might be holding certain guys out, like Pat Miletich, Frank Shamrock, even though I'm sure you feel the same way, that they do deserve a spot in a Hall of Fame. What do you make of all that?
Sure. Well, you know, what may have to happen is that maybe ESPN or another neutral organization will create a mixed martial arts Hall of Fame, because, you know, UFC is a private entity. A lot of times we forget that. And, you know, just like with the WWE, for instance, you know, there are certain guys that haven't put in. The Macho Man's still not in the WWE Hall of Fame, and that has to do with his, you know, it's a situation that he had with Vince McMahon. That sort of stuff. So, you know, that may be the situation, but, you know, like I said, I'm still happy for Tito Ortiz.
No doubt about it. Well, we're going to find out with full coverage of the Fan Expo, the Hall of Fame, and UFC 148 in just a few weeks. That exclusive with Davey Richards is coming up next, but right now, get your hands up. It's that time. It's the MMA Inside the Cage Hit Parade. Let's go.
Timing that out. I just see it. I see a big right hand coming.
Knocked out by Nathan Q. Wow.
Well, I thought he was going to stand up, but he did not have time.
Those guys look ready to come out swinging.
And here we go. Cass in the white and black. Killed him.
One hitter, quitter. Wow.
That was fast.
Right now, I say Nick Christie's in the more advantage in the striking. I would have thought DJ would have been able to use his reach better, but Nick's capitalizing on DJ throwing with his chin up. Oh, nice. Oh! Wow! Beautiful overhand. DJ doesn't know where he is. Very nice.
Nick Christie. Wow.
As a professional fighter, there's a lot of things that I need to be concerned about. I need to be concerned about my opponent. I need to worry about my fans. I don't want to have to be concerned about my blood work. That's why I go to Advanced Sports Labs, and I get my blood work done in an affordable manner. They get it done fast. They send it to the commission, they send it to the promoter, and they send it to me, so I have peace of mind knowing that everything's done properly.
I mean, why wouldn't you use Advanced Sports Labs? They get things done faster than the competition, and their standard rates are lower than everyone else's sale rates. It's a no-brainer.
Expedite your blood work today at advancedsportslabs.com. MMA Inside the Cage, brought to you by Advanced Sports Labs.
Welcome back to the program. Well, we've definitely seen our share of professional wrestlers make their way to MMA in the last 5 years. Guys like Bobby Lashley, Brock Lesnar, of course, he was a champion. And then a guy like Ken Shamrock actually came from pro wrestling back in the day. You didn't know that, did you?
I knew it.
Yeah, you probably did. Well, nobody would be more prepared than Ring of Honor's Davey Richards. Now, a lifetime martial artist, a former world champion for the organization, an incredible athlete, and he's talking about making the jump to MMA sooner than later. What do you make of that?
Hey, man, this dude's an incredible athlete. I mean, you can watch him perform in Ring of Honor and you know it. But, you know, this guy's also a BJJ guy. This is a guy that loves catch wrestling and the history of, you know, wrestling as a sport. He even talks a little bit about pankration, the original like Greek art. You know, so you know, this guy I think could make some waves if he made that switch. He already has a fan base.
That's true. Well, let's go to the interview I got with Davey after one of his appearances for NWA Smoky Mountain Wrestling. Cyrus Fees, MMA Inside the Cage. Here I'm backstage at the NWA Smoky Mountain Show where we just saw Davey Richards in the main event with his trainer Tony Kazina. Big match against Chase Owens, and I'm a big lover of wrestling, and that's where I got started, and then I transitioned into MMA, so this is really cool. We also have Kyle O'Reilly. He was in the co-main event against Sigmund, and we saw some great wrestling tonight. But Davey, the reason why I wanted to get you and your guys together is because you do have a background in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, in Muay Thai, in mixed martial arts, and just kind of tell me how that helps you.
I never have nor will differentiate between the two because I'm a professional wrestler, but not by today's standards. See, I'm not an entertainer, I'm an athlete. I'm a professional wrestler of the catch wrestlers from days gone by, whether it be Billy Robinson, Carl Gotch, so on and so forth, which is why I train in catch wrestling, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, submission grappling, and I have a long background in amateur wrestling. So for me, I've never actually saw a difference between the two. It's all one and the same. Professional wrestlers are the most feared people in the world, and I tend to hopefully carry on that tradition. You can't fake technique, you know, and mixed martial arts, though it is a grind, and we enjoy the grind, it is the technique that sets us apart. You know, wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. Martial artists are the hardest working athletes in the world. I grew up as an athletic kid, played every single sport, but nothing was like jumping in the deep end of the pool as martial arts. And I've noticed it translates in my pro wrestling so much. It's made me so much more fluid and technical, and it's really set us above a lot of wrestlers because we have that background and we can make that transition. Because pro wrestling is evolving so much, and you know, we don't really want to completely reinvent the wheel, but sort of make a sort of hybrid mixed style.
Yeah, and I see it more as I must be, you know, the lone wolf here, no pun intended, just because I don't see it as an evolution. I see it as a reversion back to what pro wrestling was supposed to be, which is catch wrestlers, the most dangerous people in the entire world, and that's what I'm looking to be. You know, actually, very few people know this, but I actually spoke with Billy Robinson at Cauliflower Alley, and where professional wrestling started, most people think it was like George Hackenspin and all that stuff. Actually, it started as a thing called pankration. In ancient Greece, and it started in a town called Oregon, which is where the word agony comes from. So really, pro wrestling has been around for centuries as the most skilled, deadly, and toughest people alive, and I hope to, you know, revert back to that as opposed to evolve.
Would you think about taking a fight and getting into the cage or getting into the ring and showing off your skills? And is that something you would do in the future?
Yes.
Okay, that's the short answer.
If I can elaborate. Sure. Because regardless of what stamp is put on this, I'm not an entertainer. I'm not an actor. Okay, I'm not a persona. I'm an athlete, and athletes train and athletes compete, and I'm here to compete. I compete in the ring to have the best match every night. I compete in jiu-jitsu. You know, I compete whenever I can and whatever I can, you know, and for contract reasons, I can't do mixed martial arts right now, but that will hopefully soon change, and I'll have a chance to compete. And once again, you have to realize, like, I know what you people are used to seeing and probably what you're used to interviewing is people who do pro wrestling or do fighting. You have to understand, like, you know, 2 days a week we go and wrestle. 5 days a week we train in mixed martial arts every day, you know, jiu-jitsu every single day. You know what I mean? It's not something we dabble in. It's not something, you know, we just kind of do a little bit. You know, if we go to Atlanta, we find a school. You know what I mean? Lexington, Kentucky, we found a Brazilian jiu-jitsu school. You know what I mean? Louisville, Kentucky, you know, found a school. Baltimore, Maryland, you know what I mean? This is a way of life for us. So I'm not your standard professional wrestler. These guys are not your standard professional wrestlers. And there's no difference between us and fighters. Fighters get in the ring and compete. We get in the ring and compete. Okay, we all train the same. We train with fighters, professional fighters every day, black belts, professional fighters, professional kickboxers every single day.
Well, how about this big fight coming up, real quick? And this is one of my final questions for you. That's Chael Sonnen, Anderson Silva.
I hate to say it because I always like to stick with a wrestler, but I think Anderson Silva takes it.
How about you?
Yeah. So,
Anderson Silva as well.
I'm gonna go against the grain and say Sonnen.
I hope you're right. I honestly hope you're right, but I don't think you are.
Well, there they are, and thank you for giving us a few minutes of your time. Davey Richards, Kyle O'Reilly, Tony Kozina, it's Cyrus Fees, MMA Inside the Cage. Well, it was a good interview, if I could give a little kudos to myself. It's interesting the way that Davey talks about not just being a wrestler, about the competition end of it, and he talks about guys like Billy Robinson, Carl Gotch, and it's not just a show to him. This is legit competition to him.
Well, yeah, and even when he talks about when he's in pro wrestling, he says that, he wants to keep that pace up. Like, in other words, he is performing out there, but he is also competing. If the guy can't keep up, he's on it, and that's the thing with him is that I think that when he translates his game into mixed martial arts, I think he'll bring a special flavor, to what we do, and I'm excited to see it.
But we get a lot of press, too. That's what I'm here for, brother. After the break, Finland sends us their best. We'll look at the cage, as well as a big main event as well, big title fight. Keep it here. Don't touch that dial. It's MMA Inside the Cage.
Advanced Sports Labs is always a great experience. You go in, you get your blood drawn, they take care of all the paperwork for you, they send your results to the commission and to the promoter, so I can just focus on being a professional fighter and getting on the fight.
Advanced Sports Labs. Expedite your blood work today at advancedsportslabs.com.
Impact Custom Mouth Guards. High quality, customized mouth guards that won't break your bank. Find us on Facebook today or email us at frank@impactmouthguards.com. Impact Custom Mouth Guards. We protect your smile and your brain.
MMA Inside the Cage, brought to you by Advanced Sports Labs.
Well, it's third round time to impress the judges. Cyrus Fees alongside Casey Oxenine. When it comes to covering international fights, we take pride in unveiling shows that you might not have heard of. Now, The Cage is based out of Finland. It's definitely not new. They've been around since 2004. They have some great production values. Something I like about The Cage, though, Casey, is they're a lot like EFC Africa, where they don't go and get these guys, these big free agents out of America, the guys that UFC cuts, etc. They get homegrown talent, right? They get the guys straight from their country and they highlight them.
There's nothing like the homegrown talent, man, because the fans there go nuts when these guys fight. And it gives them the opportunity to build themselves and develop into the mixed martial artists that you're going to see all across the world in these big shows like the UFC, for example.
That's true. And, and Europe just kind of has a lot of influx of talent that you don't even see over here on American television. But they got guys like, especially with The Cage, they have guys from Czech Republic. They get guys from Bushido that we've highlighted them before. They actually bring those guys in and guys from the UK. And it's just cool to kind of see Europe have their own thing going on.
Yeah, and that's where you were wrong. When you say it's not seen in America, you're incorrect, because right here on MMA Inside the Cage, you see it every week.
That's true. Well, you can check out their website. That's MMAfinland.fi. And their next card is Cage 19 in November. Let's go straight to the action. It's your MMA Inside the Cage main event of the week.
Cabeça aí. Primeiro já entrou, vamos. Vamos deixar ele também pra trás. Bate tudo, baixou pra cima. Segura pro cara. Relaxa, 70%. 70%. Bota ele na grade então. Bota
Impact Custom Mouth Guards, high quality customized mouth guards that won't break your bank. Find us on Facebook today or email us at frank@impactmouthguards.com. Impact Custom Mouth Guards. We protect your smile and your brain.
MMA Inside the Cage, brought to you by Advanced Sports Labs.
Well, we've seen a little bit of everything in this one. We had pro wrestling. We went all the way to Finland for a fight. And now you want to do a mailbag segment, right?
Yeah, I think it makes sense because I stand next to a sack here every single week. So it goes like this. You know, besides appearing on multiple networks across the nation, including CW, Tough TV, and the Fight Now Network, we're also featured on some of the sport's most prominent websites. And when those forums open up each week, the comments begin rolling in like Lindsay Lohan's Porsche into an 18-wheeler. And most of them are directed at the real star of the show. You guessed it, I'm talking about the beard. Of course, our first comment comes from Parchie McThirsty, and Parchie says, "The guy with the beard loves the attention he gets from having that beard, whether it's appreciation or hate." No, Parchie, actually it's the beard that loves the attention. I just love the beard. Our second comment comes from Tact, and he says, "If the beard wears a sparkly cape, the look is complete. No cape required here. When I come to town, I patrol the mean streets in my MMA ITC attire. But I do carry my iPhone to get that boxer when dinner is ready. Just wish it had a more durable screen protector. Mine only protects when I'm at 20,000 feet or less." Our next comment is from Dano Might. He says, "If someone told me I had to choose between growing a beard like that or wearing a Hitler stash, I would go with the mustache. It wouldn't even be a hard decision." You know, I was just thinking to myself the other day, why don't people wear more Hitler stashes? But then I remembered, Hitler is perhaps the most hated individual in history, whom focused his energy on world domination and racial extinction. But all hope is not lost. Perhaps everyone will just forget all that pain and agony that this man unleashed upon the world and welcome that stash back in the annals of pop culture. And finally, Intercept 440 says, "Seriously, someone find him and punch him in the face." I think that one was meant for you, my friend.
For me? Somebody would want to punch me in the face?
Could be.
I don't think so,
Remember
man.
Vegas.
Check out our Facebook, Twitter, don't forget about that, YouTube, where you can find exclusive interviews in full, and then, of course, our website, MMAInsideTheCageTV.com. And don't forget, next episode, episode 100. It's epic. It's huge. Who would ever thought we would have made it this far? I'm Cyrus V.
I'm Casey Oxendine.
And we'll see you next week, Inside the Cage.